Hey everyone, Jen at Ink Paper Rubber. How are you doing today? It's not raining out right now, so that is a good thing. Another good thing is that we have lots of new things to share with you, and I'm going to start off with a new order from Hero Arts. I am so excited. This has a lot of the products from their October release, and it has a theme that I am really excited about. But before we get to that, I do have a couple of other things to show you, some older products. First of all, we did get in some of the accessories for the Misty. We got in some bar magnets, and we also got in the grid paper, and this is the original size grid paper. So if you need any of those for your Misty, we do have them. We also got in some things that we have had before. They are current releases, but we had just sold out of them. The first is this die here. It's the Christmas sweater. It is so cute. I do have samples of just about everything to show you, so we'll share that with you here at the end. Also got back in the Winter Village Peekaboo stamp set. This is a great background stamp to use all on its own, but it also works with the Peekaboo dies, both the square, rectangle, and the circle oval die. So that is a really nice stamp. This is a really beautiful die. It's the Merry Christmas cover plate. You can see up there it says Merry Christmas. It has this Christmas village down here. It has ornaments and snowflakes and all kinds of fancy things. And this is actually a really versatile die. Also got back in this beautiful stamp. This one is called Cathedral of Trees, and this is like if you are in a forest and looking up through the trees at the sky. And in case you're wondering what that looks like when you stamp it up, take a look at this sample card. Look at that beautiful sky there. So this is a really unique and pretty stamp. All right, let's get into some new things. We do have one fall item, and then we'll get into the new October Christmas release, but this one is a really nice one. It's called Autumn Wreath, and you can see you have this pretty leafy wreath here, and then you have all these different elements, the seed pod heads, you have some acorns, mushrooms, some leaves, some pine cones, some little insects, and some nice sentiments. And there is a die set to cut all of those elements out, which lets you build a really pretty little wreath. All right, now we are into the October release, and if you have not checked out their website, the October release has a theme of retro 1950s Christmas. And this is a time period, I absolutely adore this time period, so I am so excited about this release. The first thing we have is this great new bold Prince background stamp. It's called Line and Dot Pattern, and you can see it just has a really fun kind of retro look and makes a great background to any of these sets that I'm going to show you. The next one is so fun. It is called Out of This World, and here you can see we've got the Earth and the Moon. We have a Santa with the reindeer, but then we have a Santa with packages and a reindeer, and they both have those bubble space helmets on, and then you can see some of the other kind of retro elements in there, and then some really fun sentiments to go with it. And we do have die sets to go with that one as well. The next one is called Stylized Christmas Tree, and you have 3 different Christmas trees that are really fun. And I think if you did these up in kind of retro colors, some pinks and greens and aquas, that it would be really fun. There's the 3 different trees and some elements and some sentiments. And once again, there is a die set that goes with that one. This one is probably one of my favorites. It's called Retro Christmas Messages, and you have all these fun retro looking signs that all have the Christmas messages on them. So these are great to add to all these other stamp sets. And there is even a die set for this that cuts out all those signs, so it makes it really easy to add these to your project. If you are a pet lover, you're going to really like these next 2 sets. The first one is for the dog lovers out there. It is called Merry Wolf, and you can see we have these cute little dogs. Here he is with the reindeer antlers on, opening the packages with the candy cane, and some sentiments on there. Hey there, Linda. And then, of course, a die set for that one. And this next one is called Meowie Christmas, and this one is really fun. I love that retro chair, and these kind of skinny cats are so fun. There is even this little retro Christmas tree and some presents, and again, sentiments on there. And we do have a die set for that one as well. These next two sets are really great values. They are part of their Stampin' Cut line, and they are stamps that come with the matching dies packaged right with them. The first one is Happy Holidays, and it's in a really nice script. It doesn't have to be retro, but it fits in really well with all these other retro elements. You can see there we have kind of some of these decorations, and then there is also the Happy Holidays die, and the other one is Merry Christmas. This next die is a cover plate die, so it is a full A2 card size. I can totally picture a really amazing shaker card with this one, and I do have some samples that I will show you. This next one is super fun. It will be great with all these others, but it does not have to only be used at the holidays. This is just a standalone die set, and it's called Pop Art, and you can see you have all these fun retro elements in this one. I know, aren't these fun? And here is our last one. This is so great. It's a 1950s television, and you could certainly put all kinds of things in that television, but I love it actually comes so you can put a fire in your television if you want. There you can see the grate and the logs and the flames, so I just think that is really, really fun. All right, let's take a look at some samples here. First of all, from some of our older ones, this one was the Merry Christmas cover plate, and on this one they just cut off the top part of this and only use the village, so that is a clever use of that. You don't have to use the whole die the way it comes. This is the Winter Village background. You can see how pretty it is when it's been colored up, and here you can see they've used it with that peekaboo door so that when you open up all the little houses there is a little surprise on the inside. Here is that same Merry Christmas cover plate where they have used the entire one and made these pretty cards. This is the Christmas sweater, and I think these are really, really fun and really easy to do. And finally, here's a couple of other samples using the Cathedral of Trees. I showed you the one sample, but you can see how different it can look depending on what you do. All right, let's take a look at some samples from the new release, because Hero Arts does have samples on their website. First of all, this is the autumn wreath, and you can see how fun that is when you cut out all of those elements and add them to your wreath. Sorry about the glare. See if I can get it there. That's a little bit better. Here is one. This is the dots and lines pattern background there in the background. You can see there on the left they've used some of those retro Christmas signs, and then the Merry Christmas from the Merry Christmas Stampin' Cut set. Here is one with the Meowie Christmas and also with some elements from the Pop Art dies. That one is so cute. Love the retro color scheme on that. Here is one where they've done the television. They've also used some of the Pop Art fancy dies, and then once again the retro Christmas messages there in the middle of the television. And this is that ornament cover plate, and you can see how pretty this is. They have not made this one a shaker card, but if you just added acetate behind that, that would make a really fun and easy shaker card. Here we have the Meowie, or the Merry Wolf, and I think that's so cute and clever how they've created that little path, and here he is running down that path carrying his Christmas envelope. And here is a sample with the Happy Holidays Stampin' Cut, and once again with some of the Pop Art dies in the background. And there you can see the Out of This World set, really fun. And there are those stylized Christmas trees. Again, I like the retro color scheme that they've chosen. So, lots of really fun things here. Hopefully you'll have a chance to stop by and check them out. We are open tonight until 8 o'clock. I have more boxes, and I'm going to do my very best to get to them and show you what came in those as well. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.